again. Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These three words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is, hit man.
All you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for it to get on the mic and make this motherfucking party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'm gonna show you the way. There it is, let me hear you say. Party people wish there it is, I thought you knew. Get in line, Jesse.
From Marauder Stadium in Mira, Mesa, welcome to Junior Pee Wee Football. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Benson for George Langevin Productions. And this afternoon, it's the Mira Mesa Chargers going up against the Los Toros Bulls. The Scripps Mira Mesa Chargers are coached by Michael Licht. He also is the defensive coordinator of the team. Lamont Pinckney is the offensive coordinator. Brian McGee works with the offense. Rich Cabral works with the offense as well. And Rob Bersamera works with the defense. For Los Toros, they're coached by Mike Kelly. Stan Walker is the defensive coordinator. Lance McCormick works with the defense as well. Dave Houston, the offensive coordinator. Rob Davis, the offensive coordinator as well. Julie Lopez, she does the majority of the paperwork for the squad and works with the defense as well. So the athletes today, 8, 9, and 10 years of age. The maximum weight up to this week is 104 pounds. They do have some older lighters, just a couple 11-year-olds that qualify because of their weight. All the action just about to get underway as you see the players are going to make their introductions, and we'll be back in a moment for the opening kickoff. The Los Toros Bulls have won the snap, and they have opted to receive. And Rick Sparrow in the jersey number 44 and Daniel Oliver will return for the Bulls as Nick Yates kicks it away. A little squib kick down to the up back. And Los Toros, the Bulls, will have excellent field position on their first possession, going right to left on our video dial. The Bulls come into the game this afternoon with an overall record of 1-5-1. They actually come in as an expansion team, if you will. A lot of their players playing for the first time. Whereas Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers, they're 5-2, have a decent record. So first down and 10, the ball situated just shy of midfield. The Bulls will feature a wishbone offense. Stephen Howard starting at the quarterback spot. We'll take a look at the rest of the starting players here in a moment as they feature the wishbone offense. And on the stop was Joshua Bowen. Walker also in on the stop as well. But let's take a look at the starting offense. Rick Sparrow, Kerry Thomas, Thomas Pierce, and Jesse Walker will be the players that we'll see in the backfield. Thomas Pierce and Walker will actually kind of shift from fullbacks to slot, depending on the offensive set. Eric Bridgman and Thomas Pierce as receivers. We'll also see Garrett Shires in there as a receiver as well. Let's take a look at the starting center and the players that we'll see on the offensive line, because they're going to be shifting players in and out on that offensive line. Jesse Walker getting the carry. Picked up about 7-8 yards on the carry. Out across midfield to about the 47-yard line. Brought down by Nicholas Yates, the talented linebacker. On the offensive line, Eric Hybing is actually the starting center. Travis Clancy, Devin Abote we'll see on the offensive line. And here's the other players we'll see on the offensive line as well. Vincent Eberman, Nathan Garcia, Joe Buckness, Jacob Barno, and Gary Fetty. Third down and 5 yards to go for Los Toros. Thomas Pierce lined up as a slot here on the near side. Rick Sparrow, Jesse Walker in motion as they go out to Sparrow, just trying to look for an opening, and brought down from behind. An excellent tackle. Michaels Christensen on that defensive line. And speaking of the defensive line, let's take a look at the rest of the main players. Lamont Pinckney on that defensive line as well, along with John Cabral, William Edwards, and Bruce Gonzalez. The linebacking core consists of Robert Bersamira, Joshua Bowen, Nicholas Yates. We'll see Alamar Gajo, Keith Charles, and Carlos Harris. We'll take a look at the secondary here in a moment. So a loss of about 1, possibly 2 yards on that carry, and great tackle by Michael Christensen sets the count at 4th down along 7. And Stephen Howard set to punt it away. And that one blocked by Mira Mesa. And hopping on it is John Cabral. So excellent convergence there by the Chargers as they set themselves in excellent field position going left to right on our video dial. John Nielsen, as they go with a hurry-up offense, get right into their lineup. John Nielsen, the quarterback, drops straight back. He's looking left, going upfield on the long route, and caught! What a grab! A beautiful catch down to about the 15-yard line. The reception goes to Brad Saxon, the wide receiver, on a fly pattern. And from this angle, being down on the field, I'm not sure whether he went down, out, and then up, or just actually just trying to beat the defensive back on a fly pattern. So Mira Mesa wastes no time. First play of the game, nice reception. And as John Nielsen dropped back to pass, this time he's sacked from behind the line of scrimmage. But let's take a look at the starters. We'll see Gabriel Sayers as a fullback, Darren Copeland in the backfield as well, along with Gregory Person. The tight end is Greg First. And the receivers, Brad Saxon, who made that awesome catch, actually had to dive down for that one, so a phenomenal grab by Brad Saxon. What a way to start the ball game. Ryan Saxon, his twin brother, at the other wideout spot. As the flag markers go down, let's take a look at the starting line for Mira Mesa. Off to a great start. They're in blue shirts and white pants going left to right on our video dial. David Martin will start at center. Let's take a look at the rest of the offensive line. I spoke with Michael Licht, and he actually said that they're going to rotate a lot of players in. So let's go ahead and take a look at the offensive linemen that we'll see in the game. Daniel Harris, Sean Hages, Chachi Pamaran, Edmund Noble, Steven Stewart, and Dominique Sanchez. And we'll take a look at the Los Toros Bulls defense here in a minute. They're going to feature a 72, 53, and 92 defenses respectively as John Nielsen drops straight back, drops inside the pocket, and a receiver open and just beyond the outstretched arms of Greg First. A gallant attempt by First as that ball was thrown just a little bit too far on a post corner pattern run by First. Let's take a look at the Bulls defensive unit. Pierce Hoskins as a nose tackle, Jesse Bartlett, defensive tackle as well, John Mower, the left defensive end, Michael Kelly as a defensive tackle, and Ryan Acosta as the right defensive end. We'll take a look at the linebacking core here in a moment. The give right up the gut, and defense nicely by the Bulls. That was Gabriel Sayers getting that carry. Was hit right there at the initial line of scrimmage. We'll stop for no gain on the play. Let's take a look at the linebacking core. George Arnold, David Davis as the middle linebacker, and Chris Blanchard as the outside linebacker. The cornerbacks, Reynold Shepard and Mike Hansel. Take a look at the safeties here in a moment as John Nielsen throws long down the field once again, and the diving attempt by Brad Saxon trying to come up with his second consecutive phenomenal catch of the ball game. And as Mira Mesa went for it on fourth down, they were unsuccessful, and that will set the Bulls looking at first down and 10 from the 16-yard line. They'll go right to left on our video dial. 5.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. And it appears so far in the early going that the Bulls, predominantly a running team, and the Chargers here in this first quarter putting the ball up in the air the majority of the time. And why not when you've got some talented receivers like the Saxon brothers and Greg First, who got open on a nice post-corner pattern, and the timing just not there from Nielsen to First on the connection. Just slightly overthrown. So here comes Stephen Howard, the quarterback. Behind him is his wishbone formation. The counter and a quarterback bootleg. And Stephen Howard is taken down for a loss. So excellent play there by Mira Mesa. You have to like the way the Bulls set that play up. They had a counter going to the running back, and Stephen Howard just holding on, showing some good hand fakes and taking it around the right end. And a credit to that defensive line of Mira Mesa. With the 1-yard loss on the play, that brings up second down and a long 11 yards to go for the Bulls. Stephen Howard up underneath the snap as they remain in that wishbone formation with Thomas Pierce as the fullback. Sparrow having a little talk there with Howard, just wants him to put his chin guard on correctly as he sets himself back up. So second down and 11. They give a run up the middle and surging forward for about 2 or 3 yards. It appeared to be the fullback. We'll find out here in a moment. The Mira Mesa Chargers just converging so quickly. That was actually Thomas Pierce in on the carry. Just got back to the line of scrimmage, was brought down by a host of Chargers. So if you want to see who should get credit, just rewind the videotape and take a look. But that a gang tackle by that interior defensive line brings up third down and 8 yards to go for the Bulls as they stay in that wishbone formation. And again, great convergence by the defensive line of the Chargers. The second consecutive play in which they've actually stopped the Bulls for no gain. Appeared to be Thomas Pierce on the carry once again. That will bring up fourth down. And Brian Licht was set back to return, and he'll be replaced by number 28, Ross Demner. set to return for Mira Mesa. Stephen Howard set to kick it away for the Bulls. Mira Mesa will be looking at excellent field position. The fake punt, and Howard will take it around the left end and is brought down. A phenomenal play and great tackle by Adam Gaho. As the Chargers come off the field congratulating one another after a big play there. So Los Toros trying to come up with a little trick play of their own, but to no avail, and the Mira Mesa Chargers going left to right on our video dial in excellent field position here at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
John Nielsen talking to his troops here in the huddle. They go with an I formation with Gabriel Sayers as the fullback. Darren Copeland, the tailback, and they'll give it to Copeland around the left end. Didn't see an opening outside, cut inside, and back inside once again. So Copeland with good vision there as that play materialized. He started outside, got the block from the end, and actually cut back inside. Wanted to go outside again and actually went right down the seam for an excellent pickup for Mira Mesa. They're looking at first down and goal. The ball situated at the 9-yard line. So Copeland with an excellent run there. Mira Mesa coming into the game with a 5-2 record. Looking to make it 6 here, having no problem driving the ball right down the field here against the Bulls. John Nielsen goes right up the gut to Darren Copeland. Picks up about 1 yard on the play, and a penalty marker goes down. So face mask is the call. Going against the defense, it would appear, so that will put the Mira Mesa Chargers in excellent field position as the referee sets the ball at the 4-yard line. They'll be looking at first down and goal at the 4. And speaking of the referees, the head referee is Junius Haynes. The head linesman is Kent Burkhart. And John Fowler will be the field judge or back judge, just basically working as the judge. They'll go with a 3-team set here. Nilsson, the quarterback keeper, trudges forward down to the 1-yard line, so picks up 3 strong yards on the quarterback keeper. Second down and goal. Mira Mesa featuring the I formation. Nielsen unable to get that one from the snap, but his forward motion in progress sets him in. A great second effort by John Nielsen. Touchdown Mira Mesa. Touchdown John Nielsen. So the chemistry from David Martin, the center, and Nielsen just not there as the ball got loose, and John Nielsen smartly picked it up, headed towards the goal line, was hit initially, and then was able to go in. Actually, one referee called it a touchdown. The other said no, it wasn't a touchdown. So they're going to give it to Copeland, and he gets the touchdown. Mira Mesa, the first to get on the board this afternoon. So they don't count John Nielsen's touchdown as actually his second effort in forward motion. The ball did go over the goal line, but apparently the referee feeling his foot was down on the ground. So they go ahead and say, hey, let's give it to Darren Copeland in that tailback position in the I. And he gallivants forward for an easy touchdown, virtually went untouched into the end zone. So Mira Mesa with just 25 seconds left in the opening quarter, the first to get on the board here this afternoon, as they will attempt the point after. They'll be credited for 1 point if they can make good via the run or a pass. Nielsen to Copeland once again, hit hard at the initial line of scrimmage. And the player responsible was Michael Kelly, the right defensive tackle, making the play. So with 25 seconds left in the opening quarter, it's the Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers 6 and the Los Toros Bulls 0. Nicholas Yates setting up to kick it away for Mira Mesa. Takes a big run and start and boots it down beyond the returners. And number 55, Jesse Walker with the return. Takes it right up the middle for a decent return out to about the 35-yard line. And Jesse Walker gets the tackle for Mira Mesa. That was Edmund Noble, another defensive lineman during the regular set, just coming off the field, taking a rest for Mira Mesa. 18 seconds unofficially left here in the opening quarter of play. Again, Mira Mesa having no problem in each of their possessions, driving right down the field making good on their second possession as Darren Copeland went in for a 1-yard touchdown run. Now it's the Bulls' turn as they go right to left on our video dial. And that will do it. The first quarter of play coming to a close here at Marauder Stadium. The Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers out in front of the Los Toros Bulls by a score of 6-0. We'll be back in a moment.
Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers 6, Los Toros Bulls 0.
Stephen Howard and the Bulls set to go here at their own 37-yard line as they feature a split backfield, a wing left formation or a slot left formation, if you will. And getting the carry is Jesse Walker, finding an opening, actually busted through that initial line of scrimmage, found himself quickly out into the linebacking core and busted towards the secondary. Picks up about 8, possibly 9 yards on the carry. And that will bring up second down and 2 yards to go for the Bulls as they break out of the huddle. They'll have their work cut out for them to get themselves right back into the ball game. Mira Mesa, a very spunky team on defense, and you saw what they can do on offense. They really can mix it up with the pass and the run very, very effectively. Stephen Howard, the quarterback, gives a right up the gut to Jesse Walker. Walker brought down for about a 1-yard loss. Lamont, actually a couple players are on the stop there for Mira Mesa. Loss of 1 yard will actually set the count at third down and make it 2 or a long 1 yard to go for the Bulls. 8 minutes and 54 seconds left in the opening half of play. A beautiful sunny breezy day here at Mira Mesa High School Stadium, home of the Marauders. Stephen Howard up underneath the snap and hit right there before he can get it off, and actually does. So a nice effort there by Howard as he was about to hand off to Jesse Walker. He was spanked by the initial line of scrimmage. Again, that interior defensive line having no problem getting great penetration. A pickup of about a half yard, possibly 1 yard on the carry will bring up fourth down and a half a yard to go. So it'll be interesting to see as the ball is situated right there just beneath midfield if the Bulls in fact go for it. And the Bulls take a timeout with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the opening half. The Chargers out in front 6-0 over the Bulls. Fourth down and 1 yard to go here for the Bulls, and they will opt to go for it. The ball situated at the 46-yard line. So Brian Licht, who was back to return, will situate himself up a little bit closer and try to defend on the play as Los Toros will go for it here. They go with an I formation. Pierce and Walker. And getting the carry was Jesse Walker. And Walker appeared to trudge forward for enough yardage for the first down. One of the Mira Mesa players is down. It appears to be number 58. That's Michael Christensen, the defensive lineman. We'll take an injury timeout and be back in a moment. So Michael Christensen in your picture holding his stomach. It looked like he might have got the breath knocked out of him. He appears to be okay. Comes off the field unassisted. I'm sure he'll be back into the action here shortly. So 8 minutes and 7 seconds left in the opening half. The Chargers trying to hold on to a 6-zip lead here. First down and 10 for the Los Toros Bulls. Stay in that I formation. The counter and keeper once again by Stephen Howard, but this one not fooling the Chargers at all. We'll take a look at the player just coming up. That was number 15, Bruce Gonzalez. He was at the bottom of that pile, so you know he was in on the stop initially. Got a little bit of help from one of his teammates, but a loss of a yard, maybe half a yard on the play will bring up second down and 11 yards to go. The ball situated at the 46-yard line. Walker and Pierce remain in the backfield. They'll go with a split formation this time with a Rick Sparrow lined up as a slot back on the far side. Stephen Howard gives it to Walker, and he's smacked right away, trying to get himself right back to the initial line of scrimmage. And a credit to Walker doing just that as he was hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. Gonzalez was in on the stop. And Bowen also, Joshua, the linebacker, wearing number 48, was in on the stop as well. And there might possibly have been another player or two in there. So again, excellent convergence by that interior defensive line. Give them all credit. Christensen, Pinckney, Cabral, Edwards, Gonzalez. The linebacking core doing a nice job as well. The secondary not really having to see a lot of action as far as tackles are concerned. Third down, and with a loss of a couple yards, brings up a long 13 yards to go for the Bulls. Stephen Howard just surveying his offensive line. Coming in motion is Thomas Pierce from the split backfield, and he'll lead the blocking as Jesse Walker takes it around the right end, breaks one tackle, streaks down the sideline, and actually is pushed out of bounds. So the run by Jesse Walker sets the count at 4th down and 5. And Stephen Howard set back to punt it away, and a timeout is called. It appears to be official timeout with 5 minutes and 49 seconds left in the opening half. Ross Demner set deep to return for Mira Mesa. He's situated at his own 30-yard line. So Mira Mesa once again will have decent field position. And a fumble right there from the snap, and it's picked up by number 56 for Mira Mesa. So Lamont Pinckney coming away with a phenomenal defensive play, recovered that fumble, and that sets Mira Mesa in excellent field position for John Nielsen. He's going to let it go down the right side of the field and caught at the 40-yard line, 35, and finally thrown out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Greg First with the reception on a nice out pattern. That ball appeared to stay in the air forever, but a nice pass either way by John Nielsen on an out pattern to First. Excellent connection from Nielsen to First on the play. Good enough for the first down as well, as the Mira Mesa Chargers are looking at 1st down and 10 at the 33-yard line. They're already out in front 6-0 with 5.5 minutes left in the opening half. John Nielsen this time in a shotgun formation, split backfield. Nielsen looking outside on the corner pattern, sends this one high in the air. The defense right there, and it's picked off by the Bulls. Daniel Oliver, the starting safety, getting the pick. There was actually 3 defenders back to make that play. So Stephen Howard and the Bulls with at least one more opportunity to tie this ball game up, but they're looking at a long way to go here. 1st down and 10 at their own 13-yard line, but they'll take it considering that Mira Mesa was driving down and having no problem working the ball against the Bulls before the fine interception by Daniel Oliver. Play action, and a keeper by Howard, just trying to find an opening there. Saw nothing outside, took it in towards the linebacking core, and appears to be down at about the 15-yard line. William Edwards in on the stop. Charles Salmon in there as well. And a timeout is called by Mira Mesa with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the half. The Chargers out in front of the Bulls, 6-0. So the 3-yard gain by Stephen Howard sets the count at 2nd down and 7. As the Bulls move out to the 15-yard line, Howard on the give to Jesse Walker. Walker stopped again right there at the line of scrimmage. Hit hard. It appeared to be Nicholas Yates in on the stop. Keith Charles as well. 3rd down and still 7 yards to go. No gain on the play. 3:33 and ticking left in the half. As number 71, the center, that's Eric Hybing, busts out of the huddle, and a timeout is called by Mira Mesa with 3:33 left in the half. 6-0, the Chargers out in front of the Bulls. So a big down defensively here for Mira Mesa. 3rd down and 7. If they can hold the Bulls here, they'll have excellent field position. Going right to left on our video dial, will have an opportunity to possibly get on the board once again before intermission. Sparrow in a slot right formation, and Pierce in motion from that split backfield, and the penalty markers go down. Might have been a little bit of movement there on that offensive line. We'll find out here momentarily. And it is illegal procedure going against the defense. And that will put, actually, the Bulls in a little better field position. They'll be looking at 3rd down and 2 now from their 20-yard line. So that penalty actually going against the Chargers. They feature that wishbone formation, and Sparrow will take it out to the right slot formation. Pierce and Walker, the split backfield. Thomas Pierce in motion. They'll sweep outside to Walker, breaks 1 tackle, and splits the defenders here up to the 20-yard line. So a nice run there by Jesse Walker. And a timeout is called here. We're looking at 4th down and 1 with 3:03 left in the half. The Chargers have called a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. So with 4th down and a long 1 yard to go at the 20-yard line, it appears that the Bulls are actually going to go for it here. Sparrow line up as a slot back on the far side, and Thomas Pierce in motion. They're going to sweep out to Walker. Walker, good enough for the 1st down and more as he streaks up the sideline to midfield. He may go. No, brought down from behind. A phenomenal touchdown saving tackle by Adam Gaho, the talented defensive back. So Walker with the awesome run, just getting into Mira Mesa territory, was brought down by Gaho. And again, a sensational touchdown saving tackle by Gaho, and a fumble right there at the line of scrimmage, and Mira Mesa may have it. It appears to be yes. The Chargers with possession, and they'll go right to left on our video dial as you see them celebrating here on the near side once again. Have to feel good about that play. They got such great penetration that the center actually backed into the quarterback, Stephen Howard, causing the fumble. The Chargers able to pick it up, and again, you can rewind the videotape to see which player actually came up with that recovery. Kind of tough to tell when everyone's in a big pile down on the field. 1st down and 10 at midfield. Breaking 1 tackle and guarding out towards the 45. A good, strong run there by the Chargers. That was Greg First, who can get the job done as a running back and a tight end as well. He got the carry, picked up 5 yards, brings up 2nd down and 5. 1:52 and clicking here left in the first half of play. Nielsen remains in that shotgun formation, looking downfield, and he might be sacked, and he is. A big play there by the Bulls.
65 and 32.
Number 32, Michael Kelly getting the sack. George Arnold also in there as well, and give them half a sack apiece. And a loss of about 4 yards will bring up 3rd down and a long 9 yards to go as they feature an I formation. Gabriel Sayers and Darren Copeland. They're going to go outside, the down, out, and up pattern, and that one caught. Just finding himself in the right place at the right time was the receiver, number 85, Dwayne Dugan. So what a play there, as you saw the receiver, Brad Sachs, on the near side was doing a down, out, and up pattern, and Nielsen trying to head downfield to him. That one gets away from him and ends up right in the hands of Dugan. Gets credit for the reception. 4th down and 4, and the quarterback keeper by Nielsen, and he stopped shy of a 1st down, and that will turn the ball back over to the Bulls, going left to right on our video dial. Getting credit for the stop was number 37 for the Bulls, Devron Croxon. 39 seconds left in the opening half. The ball at the 44-yard line. Actually close to the best field position that the Bulls have had in a while here. Let's see if they can take advantage of it as they trail by a touchdown as we near the closing seconds here of the first half. Stephen Howard will remain as the quarterback as Eric Hybing, the center, busts out of the huddle. They're looking at 1st down and 10 from their own 44-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually put the ball up in the air as the clock winds down unofficially, and that will do it. The first half of play coming to a close here at Marauder Stadium And the Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers, they take the lead here at intermission by a score of 6-0 over the Los Toros Bulls. I'm Mike Benson for George Langevin Productions. Just a one-touchdown lead, so this one may go down to the wire. Enjoy intermission, and we'll be back in a moment for the second half kickoff.
We also have a bake sale going on in front of the press box here.
Okay, Mike Kelly, coach of the Bulls, joining us. Mike, you trailed by 6. What do you have for a strategy going into the second half to bring the kids up as far as intensity level to get back in this ball game?
Well, right now what we have to do is try to sell our offensive line down, make them try to start blocking, firing out, a little bit more running to the outside, a little bit more slants. I think we can do it if we can just get our offensive line to fire out and do their job.
Okay, good luck to you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, joining us now, Michael Licht, the coach for the Chargers. You've got a one-touchdown lead, had no problem virtually moving the ball down the field against this team. Same strategy, second half, maybe mix the pass with the run as you've been doing?
Pretty much, we're just going to try to eliminate some of the mistakes, trying to get the offensive linemen to stand in a little longer and protect our quarterback a little better. Defensively, on that side of the ball, I'm real happy with what we're doing out there. We're trying to get the kids to step it up a notch, okay, and to start taking the ball away, okay? There's no reason that we can't get in the end zone ourselves on defense. Other than that, we're real happy with everything we're doing out there. Just to eliminate some of the mistakes on offense, okay, and take advantage of the opportunities that we have. Other than that, you know, I predict it's going to go about the same way, with a little more points.
All right, good luck in the second half, Michael. So you heard it right there from both of the coaches. They both had the little game plan, both of them talking with the players, trying to get them psyched for the second half of play, and we can't wait. It's coming your way here in just a second. Lamont Pinckney and Darren Copeland in your picture. They're set to return. They're at their own 30-yard line. They'll be going left to right on our video dial. The Mira Mesa Chargers with a 6-0 lead over the Bulls as Stephen Howard set to kick it away for Los Toros. And the second half of play is underway. An onside kick here. And it appears that the Chargers, after having a little trouble, a little difficulty retrieving that one initially, finally able to come away with it at their own 45-yard line. So the onside kick, not effective for the Bulls, and it'll be first down and 10. An excellent field position at the 42-yard line will go the Chargers. John Nielsen up underneath the snap. They'll feature an I formation with Copeland as a tailback, and he'll get the call at the 45, breaks a tackle, streaks down the sideline, has one tackler to break as he's going up the left sideline. Will he go? Finally dragged down from behind. A nice touchdown-saving tackle by Michael Kelly. So unofficially, 35-yard gallivant by Darren Copeland. Broke one tackle, a shoestring attempt Streak down the sideline, and Nielsen on the quarterback keeper breaks across the 20 to the 15, and finally knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. So a nice run there by John Nielsen, the quarterback. So an 8 or 9 yard pickup by Nielsen on the quarterback keeper around the end, and the first down by Copeland as he busts right up the middle. Streaked right through that opening. You could have drove a truck through that opening on the right side of the line. And a credit to all the offensive linemen doing a great job this afternoon. Daniel Harris, Sean Hages, Chachi Pemeran, Edmund Noble, Stephen Stewart, and Dominic Sanchez all getting in the action this afternoon. First down and goal to go. The ball situated at the 7-yard line. John Nielsen up underneath the snap, and the give to the fullback, Gabriel Sayers. He's always situated as the fullback in that I formation as he trudges forward for a gain of 1 yard on the play. And that will bring up second down and goal from just outside the 6-yard line. So the second half of play getting underway here, and Mira Mesa getting underway and continuing where they left off in the first half, having no problem driving down as Copeland looking for that opening along the outside. Gets down to about the 4-yard line, possibly with his forward progress and his tall height, might possibly be down at the 3. So where they mark it, it appears to be about third down and goal from about the 3.5-yard line. Ryan Saxon lined up as a receiver on the near side, and right up the gut they go. Getting the carry was Gabriel Sayers, and he appears to be stopped just shy of the goal line. Fourth and goal, the quarterback keeper, touchdown Mira Mesa, touchdown John Nielsen. So Mira Mesa takes a commanding 12-0 lead here as Darren Copeland scored with 25 seconds left in the first quarter of play. We were scoreless in the second quarter, and John Nielsen takes his troops all the way down as they started at their own 45. We're able to take it in, and a little motion right here on the near side. That's Ryan Saxon. He knew he was guilty as soon as the flag went down. You could see him banging his helmet with his hands as if to say, I was a little too anxious there. So 6:54 left on the clock. That will bounce Mira Mesa 5 yards back. And they will try to attempt the point after from the 8-yard line of the Bulls. I formation, Sayers and Copeland as the tailback. John Nielsen turns back to make sure that they're situated correctly. And Copeland will take it on the sweep, hops over one tackler, but brought down by the next. Nick Yates set to kick it away here for Mira Mesa from their own 40-yard line. Back deep to return is Jesse Walker and Oliver as well. A high kick fielded by the up back at the 35-yard line, taking it outside and cutting back inside. So the Bulls with fairly decent field position out to about the 45-yard line. Cabral in on the stop there. Chris Blanchard, actually the up back that got that return. That one was kicked high and short, and Blanchard took advantage of it. Brings the ball out to the 45-yard line. Excellent field position for the Bulls as they trail 12-0. 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Steve Howard remains at the helm. Thomas Pierce lined up as a slot on the near side. Rick Sparrow, the tailback, but they'll give it to Jesse Walker, mixing things up and playing as a fullback. So the backfield, they just mix them around. They'll shift from fullback to slot back to tailback. Just trying to give all the running backs different looks from different positions. 5:54 and clicking left in the third. Mira Mesa out in front by 2 touchdowns here. The first coming by Copeland, and the second, the 1-yard run by Nielsen moments ago. Second down. And a long 10 yards to go for Los Toros. Sparrow on the carry, and he's caught from behind. Big play by Robert Mira. Mira, just coming out of nowhere, had excellent penetration, as if the offensive linemen were not even there. So a loss of 2, possibly 3 yards, brings up 3rd down and a long 13 yards to go for the Bulls. They're in all red, going right to left on our video dial. The wind picking up here at Marauder Stadium, but still a sunny, beautiful day, a great day for football. As Howard turns back to look at his backfield, Jesse Walker as the fullback, and Rick Sparrow the tailback. Walker gets the call off of left guard. Brought down by Lamont Pinckney, and William Edwards also in on the stop. So with 4th down and 12 yards to go, Ross Demner drops back to return. Stephen Howard set to kick it away for the Bulls. And a timeout appears to be called by the officials, as they have a word with the offensive line. There's a certain way that the offensive line has to situate their footing, and that apparently the case here. They want to have the guards interlocking their feet with the center. Snap back to Howard. Kicks it away, a low trajectory kick, and Demner fields it at the 44, takes out to the 45, midfield. Streaking down the sideline is Demner looking for that block. He gets one to the 20, 15, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A phenomenal return by Ross Demner. So Ross Demner coming off the field with Coach Michael Licht and all the players giving him a big hug as he gallivanted down the sideline to the 15-yard line. A phenomenal punt return by Ross Demner. Great field position all of a sudden for the Chargers. Sayer right up the gut is hit hard at the initial line of scrimmage. His forward progress might give him about a half a yard gain on the play. So Mira Mesa looking to get on the board here once again. They're already out in front by 2 touchdowns. Looking to extend the margin here with 3:17 left in the 3rd quarter. Brad Saxon lined up as a receiver on the far side. Chris Gannon as a wideout as well, and Saxon with a little movement. So they went with a double wideout formation on the far side with both Gannon and Brad Saxon. And Saxon, again, the noise, the fans really getting into the ball game. Sometimes the noise and the wind may have an adverse effect as far as the receivers hearing the call when they're lined up so wide. That may very well have been the case for Saxon as he jumped the gun there. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in the 3rd. The ball backed up to the 20-yard line. I formation, Sayers and Copeland. Nielsen looking to the outside and caught. A nice grab brought in at the 15-yard line by Chris Gannon. Defended on the play by David Davis, but you have to like that pattern. Chris Gannon just running about a 5 to 7 yard out pattern. And that ball thrown beautifully by Nielsen. A nice spiral came right down softly into the hands of Gannon. A timeout is called with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Mira Mesa hanging on to a 12-0 lead over the Bulls. The ball situated at the 15-yard line. John Nielsen and the Chargers looking at 3rd down and a long 10 yards to go. Nielsen drops straight back, looks over the middle, now go outside to first, and deflected. A fine defensive play by Chris Blanchard, the linebacker, who actually made a nice play to redeem himself and recover, as it appeared that Greg First, the intended receiver, had a step, possibly 2 steps initially by the time the ball was let go. Again, Chris Blanchard recovering nicely and strongly on the play. So the incompletion brings up a 4th down and still a long 10 They'll feature a split backfield with Nielsen in a shotgun formation. He's going to sweep left, cuts inside to the 15, and brought down, it appears to be about the 12 or 13-yard line, shy of the first down, and a penalty marker goes up. Might be a little unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. We'll find out here in a moment. So the call is a dead ball personal foul going against the Bulls, and that will be an automatic first down for Mira Mesa. So they get a break and a half there as they were about to turn the ball over on downs to the Bulls, and they'll retain possession going left to right on our video dial with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the third quarter. So the personal foul was, in fact, against the Bulls, but instead of Mira Mesa retaining possession, the Bulls actually just backed up 5 yards on the change of downs. So the referee is just having a little conference amongst themselves and finally deciphered what the call was, and the Bulls, in all red, going right to left on our video dial, lose about a half a yard or a football length on that play. Brings up second down and a long 10, 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the third quarter. The Bulls, they trail by 2 touchdowns. They need very badly to get on the board here before the close of the third quarter. Let's see what they can do as they go with a 3-back set. They feature that wishbone. And getting an opening here on the near side, and finally brought down at the 18-yard line was Jesse Walker. So a pickup good enough for the first down. The Bulls on the move, and you have to like the way they set that play up. They actually had 2 of the 3 running backs faking inside, and then they send Jesse Walker outside on the sweep, and that actually just allowed the defense to converge inside. And the Bulls found an opening on the outside. So Sparrow cutting in and out, trying to find an opening of his own, but to no avail. And Mira Mesa had a host of tacklers bringing down Sparrow. Nicholas Yates was in on the stop. Lamont Pinckney in there as well. Give credit to a couple other Mira Mesa Chargers as well. And that will bring up second down and 10 yards to go. The ball situated at the Bulls' own 18-yard line. 37 seconds and ticking down here. The waning seconds of the third quarter. Howard up underneath the snap. Walker trying to get that handoff, and Sparrow actually getting in the way there as Howard tried to hand that one off. Lamont Pinckney in on the stop. Michael Christensen helping out on the stop as well to set Walker back about 4 or 5 yards. But again, that wasn't Walker's fault as he attempted to get that ball. Thomas Pierce, the other running back, just getting in the way instead of falling through and hitting his hole. So a loss of 4 brings up third down and a long 15 yards to go for the Bulls, and that will do it. 3 quarters of play coming to a close here at Marauder Stadium. And the Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers still out in front, 12-0 over the Los Toros Bulls. So the final quarter of play just about to get underway here. The Bulls in all red will go left to right on our video dial in this closing quarter. Sparrow in motion from the split backfield. And getting great convergence is Lamont Pinckney. He's been treacherous all afternoon long, just ripping right through that offensive line. So that will bring up fourth down. And with the Bulls at their own 10-yard line, they will have to boot it away to the dangerous Ross Demner. Demner streaked down the sideline and almost got a touchdown in his last punt return. Let's see what he can do here. You know his confidence has to be riding high. He's situated at about the 25-yard line. And Howard is going to go for it here with fourth down, surprising everybody. Taking it around the left end was Jesse Walker. So the Bulls apparently feeling that they have no choice but to go for it to get themselves back into the ball game, but were unsuccessful, and that puts Mira Mesa in excellent field position going right to left on our video dial as they'll mark the ball down at the 12-yard line. 9 minutes and 3 seconds left in the closing quarter. Mira Mesa up 12-0, have a chance to extend the margin here. Saxon lined up as a receiver on the near side. Saxon Copeland gets the carry to the 5 and hit hard and might get in just shy of the goal line. A phenomenal second effort by Darren Copeland as it was hit hard at the 3. His strength and endurance and heart brought him down to the 1. So a nice pickup there by Darren Copeland as he picks up about 11 yards on the carry. First down and goal to go for Mira Mesa. Sayers and Copeland in the backfield. Saxon on the near side. And Sayers will get the carry off left guard. Touchdown, Mira Mesa. Touchdown, Gabriel Sayers. So Gabriel, a nephew of the famous Gale Sayers of the Chicago Bears, gets the job done, goes in the end zone with 8:34 left in the ball game. 18-0 the score. John Nielsen up underneath the snap. Be interesting to see if they actually opt to throw the ball with the talented Saxon brothers split as receivers. Brad Saxon just lining up a little bit tighter. He's going to take it on a quick out pad on the pass to Saxon, and he makes a beautiful grab right in front of the cameras as he extended his body out. That one catching his fingertips, and he snares it in. A beautiful grab by Brad Saxton on the down-and-out route as Michael Licht comes over to show his congratulations. A phenomenal, phenomenal catch by Brad Saxton, and what a throw by John Nielsen. That one right on the money. Had to get that one beyond the defensive back so that Saxon could dive out and snare it in, and he does. 19-0, 8:29 left in the ball game. Nicholas Yates set to boot it away for Mira Mesa, feeling good at this juncture with just 8.5 minutes to go in the ball game. A commanding 19-0 lead. Hits a squibber that rolls back to the 20, and finally attempting to pick the ball up, and finally he does, is number 30, Oliver, and he's brought down at about the 18-yard line. Daniel Oliver having to go back to his own 15-yard line to bring that one in. So the Bulls looking at 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. So Nicholas Yates and the Chargers taking advantage of quite a roll there on the kickoff. That ball just kept on bouncing and bouncing. Ended up at about the 15-yard line. Oliver had to go way back to get that one. Ended up being down at about the 16-yard line. And the timeout is called by the Los Toros Bulls with 7 minutes and 49 seconds left in the ball game. Mira Mesa well out in front, 19-0 over the Bulls. First down and 10. The ball situated just outside the 15-yard line. They'll go the trips formation here on the near side. Jesse Walker, the lone setback, and Walker will get the carry on a delayed draw, but that does not fool the defense and does not fool Lamont Pinckney as he comes surging in once again. Pinckney having a sensational game. He's throwing both hands up in the air as if to say, hey, they can't stop me. As the ball is backed up to the 12-yard line. And now Mira Mesa just shifting players in left and right. Everybody getting in on the action. Another timeout is called by the Bulls with 7:27 left in the ball game. Mira Mesa scripts Chargers 19, the Los Toros Bulls 0. So the loss of 3 yards on the play brings up 2nd down and 13, make it actually 14. And Howard brought down once again by Pinckney. Stephen Howard never ever had a time, any time at all, to get that play going, as the talented Lamont Pinckney, having a great ball game all afternoon long, gets penetration once again. So a loss of 2 more yards. That will set the count at 3rd down and 15 for Los Toros. 7 minutes and counting in the ball game. Stephen Howard staying with that running attack. Apparently they don't really feature much of a passing game. When you're down by 3 touchdowns, 7 minutes to go, you have to put the ball up in the air to get some type of yardage, or at least mix it up to fool the defense. So the lack of passing efficiency having an adverse effect here on the Bulls here in the last quarter. And a little mix-up there on the offensive line. The quarterback, Stephen Howard, awaiting the ball to come from the center, and everybody moving along with Howard, and the center just not hiking the ball. But the movement will actually go against the defensive line. So there might have been contact before the mix-up offensively. 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the ballgame. You are watching a George Langevin production presentation. If you'd like a copy of this video presentation or any other sporting event or family event brought to you via videotape, give us a call at 549-9952. That's 549-9952. Sparrow line up as a slot on the near side. They're in a trips formation. Walker, the lone setback, and Stephen Howard attempting a bootleg to the far side, not fooling the defense. That virtually the case all afternoon long. The Chargers getting the job done on both sides of the ball today. The ball remains at the 11, possibly 12-yard line, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's fourth down and a long way to go for the Bulls. This might possibly be their last possession. Well, actually, if they can't connect here, that will put Mira Mesa in excellent field position to possibly get on the board one more time, and the Bulls will, in that case, get another possession. So things are not looking well for the Bulls here. Getting the call is Thomas Pierce right up the middle. Robert Bursamira in there on the stop. He came out of the bottom of the pile, so he was in on the initial hit, getting some help from a couple players. And on downs, Mira Mesa will have possession with 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the ball game. They'll mark the ball at the 14-yard line. So look to see John Nilsson with his talented arm possibly put the ball up in the air once again with the talented Saxon brothers in there. Sayers and Copeland in the I formation. Sayers gets the carry and trips. Possibly tripped by one of the offensive linemen. Unable to get his footing or keep his footing as he would have liked. His forward motion enabled him to trudge forward for a half-a-yard gain on the play. Brings up second down on a long 9. Brad Saxon lined up as a receiver on the near side, the player responsible for that sensational catch on the point after. If you want to rewind the video, you probably might want to keep rewinding it to see that play. We got a chance to catch it so close to the camera. You saw that ball hit the fingertips of Brad, and he just held on. And again, a fine play, Nilsson to Saxon. So no flag. The official puts the flag back in his pocket. You've heard of an inadvertent whistle. That was an inadvertent flag, if you will. So second down and 9. 4.5 minutes and counting down left in the ball game. Chris Gannon lined up on the far side as a receiver. Darren Copeland gets the carry from that tailback position. Picks up at least 1, possibly 2 yards on the carry. They'll mark the ball at the 17, or actually the 12-yard line. Third down and 7. Saxon and Gannon lined up on the far side. Sayers, the fullback. Copeland, the tailback, will get the carry. Cuts inside to the 5, trudging forward to the 2, and gets in his forward motion. A phenomenal run by Darren Copeland. Touchdown, Mira Mesa, Darren Copeland. So what a run there as they started. That play was designed to go outside on a sweep, and Copeland, just seeing an opening inside, just cut back inside, and for the second consecutive time, he was hit hard at the 3. Last time, he ended up being down at the half-yard line. This time, his strength and his heart once again paying off for him this time as he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. 3:43 left in the ball game. An injured player for the Bulls will take an injury timeout. So with 3:34 left in the ball game, Mira Mesa goes out in front 26-0 after the run after. A nice run around the right end by John Nielsen, the quarterback. We apologize for not getting that on camera. The battery went low. We had to make a battery change while the player was injured and just not able to get that in time. So we apologize for that. But either way, a great run by John Nielsen, the quarterback. As he dropped back to pass, he found nobody open. He had two players coming in on him. I thought he might get sacked. He gets away from the run and goes in for the point after. So a nice play there by John Nielsen. Number 44, Nick Yates in your screen, set to kick it away for Mira Mesa. Has that left foot, sends it out to the 35 and fielded by Oliver to the 40, 45, and finally hit hard and dropped right there by number 54, Robert Bersamira. First down, 10 yards to go, 2:58 on the clock. The ball at the 45-yard line, so decent field position for the Bulls. On the counter to Sparrow and brought down. Number 38, Keith Charles was in on the stop. Joshua Bowen appeared to be there as well. Both players getting that penetration once again. A loss of 3 or 4 yards on the play brings up second down and 14. Timeout by Mira Mesa with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game. They're well out in front, 26-0 over the Bulls. Second down, 13 yards to go. Wishbone formation featured by the Bulls. A little early movement and a fumble from the snap. Rick Sparrow actually make that Jesse Walker able to drop down on it to keep the ball in possession of the Bulls. A loss of about 2 yards will bring up third down and 15, possibly 16 yards to go for the Bulls. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. Don't go anywhere after the ball game. Please join us for the post-game show. We'll have an opportunity to speak with the players, find out about their favorite play on today's game, maybe a favorite game of the season or play individually of the season for them. Maybe talk about a few other things. All that coming your way during the post-game show. Walker on the counter. And Jesse able to pick up a yard. Nicholas Yates getting the first hit there. Again, one player on the defense makes the initial hit, then all of a sudden it's a swarming tackle as a timeout is called by Mira Mesa with 1:41 left on the clock. They're out in front 26-0. Fourth down along 15, Stephen Howard set to punt it away. Look for a possible fake here, but a lot of movement on the line. It appeared to be Jesse Walker lined up as an end on the far side. Was hustling downfield ahead of everybody else. Let's find out. No, it'll go against the defense. So that the second time where it appeared the movement was against the offense and ended up being the defense. So that will put the Bulls in a little better field position as the ball moves up just shy of the 45-yard line. Actually, probably right on it. Fourth down and 10 yards to go from the 45 for the Bulls. They're in all red. Howard still in that punt formation. Look to see the throw out to Jesse Walker on a possible fake punt here. That won't be a surprise, and that's exactly what they do, but the pass just not far enough. I had a notion they might do that when I saw Walker lined up as an end. I saw him head down the field on the play initially. So the incomplete will put the ball back in possession of the Mira Mesa Scripps Chargers. They'll go right to left on our video dial. 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the ball game. Look to see them just kill the clock here. Nielsen in a shotgun formation, situated right in between Sayers and Copeland. The out pattern by Saxon, the down out and up, and Nielsen was in trouble, broke out of it to the 35, breaks another tackle to the 30. He may go, streaking down the sideline, and finally knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. A sensational run by John Nielsen. That play intended to go to Saxon on a down, out, and up pattern. And Nielsen, apparently feeling that he was covered like a blanket, decided to take it on the run himself for a big, big pickup for Mira Mesa. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Copeland takes it on a sweep on the near side, breaks one tackle, and finally brought down, but not before he heads to the 10-yard line. And a nice touchdown saving tackle by the defense. That was Jesse Bartlett. The defensive tackle actually moving quickly laterally to come on and make that play and make that stop. Second down and 5 yards to go. Ball right there at the 10-yard line. That one a fumble, and the Bulls have it. So Mira Mesa looking to get on the board once again to add insult to injury. Fumble the ball away, and the Bulls will have possession at their own 15-yard line, but with just 34 seconds to go, Mira Mesa will walk away victorious and up their lead in their actual record 6-2. 6 wins on the season. Have to feel great about that. And again, please join us for the post-game show. We'll have an opportunity to speak with the players. Find out all about their season. Maybe some other sports that they enjoy, some hobbies that they get involved in when not playing sports, how school's going, all those things. And the clock is ticking down. This will be the last play of the ball game as Jesse Walker takes it along the outside, and he's thrown for a loss. And what a way to end the ball game. That virtually the way it's gone all afternoon long with this excellent defense of Mira Mesa and the offense putting 26 points on the board. They get the job done as well. And Coach Michael Licht having his players try to throw the old water bucket on them. Remember, Harry Carson used to try to do that to Parcells of the Giants when they won the Super Bowl. So Mira Mesa in your picture, celebrating, have to feel great about their victory. We're going to go to the cheerleaders here in a moment as they do their post-game ritual and have a little cheer for us. I'm Mike Benson for George Langevin Productions. Enjoy the post-game show, and we'll be back in a little bit to interview the players. Okay, we are back for the interview portion of the post-game show. A big, big win for Mira Mesa over the top of the Bulls by a score of 26-0. We're going to talk to all the players that made this possible. We're going to start with yourself. Let's have you introduce yourself. Tell us your name and what position you play today.
Hi, I'm John Cabral. My position's right tackle on defense.
Okay, you guys played a great game defensively. You shut these guys out. Now, talk to me individually. I know it's a team game, but what was probably your favorite play of the whole game?
My favorite play is when I go to the outside gap and cut the running backs and all that.
Okay, let me ask you this. The first play of the game on defense, are you a little bit nervous? You have butterflies thinking that maybe you might not be able to get around to your guy, or did you feel pretty confident right off the bat?
I feel kind of nervous.
Okay, and then you get that first bit of contact, and then you feel a little more relaxed?
Yeah.
Okay, now what other sports are you going to play after football?
Baseball tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow, with what team?
My dad's winter ball team.
What's the name of the team?
We're the grade team for winter ball.
Beautiful. Okay, position yet? Do you know yet which one you might play?
I play all kinds.
Okay. If you had your choice and said, hey, Dad, I want to play a certain position, which one would you choose?
Second base.
Great. Okay, I can see it. Yeah, another Roberto Alomar maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how's school going for you?
Good.
Good. Okay, favorite classes for you?
6th grade. I like 6th grade. It's fun.
Okay. What are your favorite subjects? Maybe math, English, science?
Math.
Okay. How far along are you in math?
Well, I don't know, not really.
You doing like some multiplications or anything, fractions or anything?
I'm doing times, yeah, times.
All right. Keep doing well in school. Keep playing ball. Thanks for joining us. Okay, John. All right, we'll get your name and what position you play.
Lamar Peak did. I played nose guard.
Okay. Now, we were calling your name throughout the whole broadcast. You had no problem getting great penetration. Talk to me about your favorite play on the game today.
Well, it's when I blocked the putt.
Okay. Talk to me about that. How did it all come about? Did you think you were going to get it right away?
Well, not actually, but what I guess it was kind of lucky because when I dove, I kind of blocked it, and then I fell. So I don't know. I guess it was just luck.
Yeah, just instincts, and you're a great player, and good players make good instincts like that. Now, were you pretty confident right off the bat? I was talking to John before you. Now, as soon as you got on the defense, the first play of the game, did you feel like you'd have no problem getting great penetration all day long?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, were you using any type of techniques like some swim moves or rip moves?
Yeah,
are you taught any of that?
I swim like that. Yeah, I was going like that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're a good athlete. You going to play some other sports like most of your teammates?
Well, I play basketball and baseball. When this season's over, I play either baseball or basketball.
Okay. Of all the sports, which is probably your favorite?
Football.
Do you have any players that you idolize on TV that are probably your favorite to watch?
Michael Irvin, Marcus Allen, Emmitt Smith, and Randall Cunningham.
Okay. All right. Maybe you might be someone's idol one day. Good game. Good job. All right. As we keep it rolling, we'll go ahead and get your name, what position you played.
Fullback.
Yeah. And your name?
Gabriel Sayers.
Okay, I know that, but talk to me about the first touchdown that you got. You knew in the huddle that the call was for you. Did you feel good that you'd probably go over for the touchdown?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about what was the play called?
A goal 23.
Okay. Now, basically, it's just get the ball and just run right up the gut, or is it off guard or tackle?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Right off the guard?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like as soon as you got the ball, you were going to score, or did you kind of like look for your blocking first?
Not really, but sort of, yeah.
You didn't hesitate. You just got the ball and went, right? Okay. All right. Let me ask you this, because you guys are all good athletes. Most of the players your age played other sports as well. Are you going to do something next sports-wise after football?
I'm going to play the same sport probably.
Okay, so football pretty much all year round?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're not playing football and you're at home relaxing, some kids your age get into hobbies like, maybe playing Nintendo or doing different other hobbies. What are some of your fun things that you enjoy doing? Like maybe listening to music or playing an instrument. What do you like to do?
I play my saxophone,
Okay.
I play my Sega Genesis, and I play basketball.
Great. You have a lot of different interests. So you don't play basketball competitively, you just like kind of play for fun?
Yeah, I guess, but last year, last like 4 years, I played basketball.
Great.
It's my first year.
All right. You making out okay in school?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a favorite class and a worst class. What are your favorites and the one you dislike?
Like recess
Okay.
and
Which one's kind of challenging for you, kind of tough?
geography and sort of math.
Okay. All right. Keep paying attention to math and geography and keep playing ball. You're fun to watch. Good game today. Okay. All right, we're going to have both of you introduce yourselves and tell us what positions you play today.
Hi, I'm Alan Morgaho, and I play inside linebacker.
Okay.
I'm Alan Morgaho, and I played corner.
Okay. Talk to me now on your favorite plays of the game, because I know one of you had a touchdown saving tackle there. Which one was it? Talk to me about that play.
Well, number 44, he was holding me, and then I just got him out of my way and just made the tackle, like 15 yards.
Exactly. And if you don't make that stop, he probably scores a touchdown, so that was a great play. Think back on the whole year. You have one game that sticks out in your mind as probably your best game of the whole year?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, talk to me about why. Maybe some plays that you made you'd like to talk to us about. What was your favorite play?
The kickoff where I made that sack in the backfield.
Talk to me about that sack. How did it come about? What did you see right off the bat?
I just ran as fast as I could to get down to him, and because he was still down and trying to get the ball, so I just ran. I took advantage of that and ran as fast as I could to get down there.
Okay. Now, who's older of you two?
Him.
Okay. All right. You guys play other sports too?
No.
No? Is football pretty much your favorite?
Yeah.
You guys both doing well in school?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it up. Thanks for joining us. Good game, both of you guys. Okay, take it easy. Okay, we'll have you both introduce yourselves and tell us where you played. What positions?
Okay, I'm Dominic Sanchez. I played right tackle, and that's all.
That's pretty much it? Okay, that's good. And what about yourself?
I'm Dwayne Dugan, and I play left guard.
Okay. Talk to me about maybe the favorite part of today's game. You guys scored 26 points and play a good game defensively as well. What was your best part of the game?
Well, I was against somebody that practically bigger than me.
Yeah.
And I lined up against him, and I knocked him on his butt, so that's the best part I liked.
Feels good to do that, doesn't it? Now I want to ask you a question. The quarterback drops back to throw the ball downfield. All of a sudden, the ball ends up in your hands. What happened there? Talk to me about that play.
I was going to follow on it, but instead I wanted to run.
Exactly. That was a great play. It was heads-up play by you because you weren't even an intended receiver. The ball got deflected from the quarterback. All of a sudden, you ended up there, so that was a big, big play. So what are you guys going to do next? Asking some of your teammates what other sports you play. What's going to be next after football for you guys?
Well, probably I don't know, really.
Okay, you'll find out when you get there. What other sports for you, Dwayne?
Same thing.
Okay. You guys have players that you watch when you watch on TV, like basketball, baseball, football, the professional athletes. Name your favorite players.
Okay, mine is Emmett Smith,
Okay.
Barry Sanders, Junior Seau, Marion Butts,
Great. Okay.
and a lot of other people.
That's enough. Those are some great ones there. What about you, Dwayne? Who are your favorite players?
Emmitt Smith, Jerry Rice,
Okay.
Michael Irvin,
A lot of different ones.
John Elway.
Good. There you go. All right. Wide variety. What about you guys collect any sports cards of any players? Who are your favorite? What's the favorite card each one of you has? Just one card.
Jerry Rice.
That's your favorite. What about you?
Well, it's a card that has silver on it, and you can see it if you turn it around.
Oh, yeah?
And,
Neat. Okay.
And it's worth about $30.
Who's the player?
Emmett Smith.
Great. Okay. All right. Keep collecting those cards. Good game today, Dwayne. Good job, babe. Take it easy. All right. All right, guys. Let's get you both to introduce yourselves first and what position you play.
I play offensive linebacker.
Okay. What's your name?
No, defensive linebacker.
Defensive line. What's your name?
Carlos Harris.
Okay.
Chris Gannon, and I play wide receiver.
Okay. Think back now. You guys have 6 victories on the whole season. What game out of all the games that you've won sticks out in your minds as being maybe your favorite game?
Probably our last game against Kearney,
Okay.
when the offense fumbled and the defense picked up the ball and ran it and almost made a touchdown.
Great. Okay, good. So you're an unselfish player. Just like to see the team do well. What about you? Favorite game of the whole year for you?
Against the Santee Cowboys.
Why was that game special for you?
I don't really know.
Let me ask you guys this. When you're not playing sports, some of your teammates collect cards, some of them play Nintendo, listen to music, play an instrument. What are fun things for you guys when you guys aren't playing sports? What do each one of you guys do for fun?
Probably go out and play with my friends.
Okay. Favorite game, maybe like hide and seek or tag games. What do you do for the most fun?
Probably play football.
There you go. Good. Just like enjoying playing sports type games. That's great. What about you?
I collect football cards, and I like to play with my friends.
Great. Okay. All right. You guys doing okay in school?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite classes for you guys? Each one of you guys have a favorite subject?
Math.
Okay. What about you?
Math.
All right. Important to do well in school. Keep doing well in school and keep playing ball. Thanks for joining us, guys. All right. You're welcome. Okay. We'll get both of you to tell us who you are and what positions you play today.
I'm Greg Buncamp, and I play cornerback.
Okay.
I'm Ross Debner, and I play safety.
Okay. Talk to me now. Let's start with you first. Talking to the guys before you, that you guys have 6 wins. There's always a favorite game on the whole year. What sticks out in your mind as being your best game?
My best game was Chula Vista our very first game when we shut them out, and I got an interception.
Awesome. Talk to me about the interception. It was like a long ball downfield, and you have to come up and dive to catch it. Talk to me about it.
It was a bomb. I had to come up, catch it in there, and I ran.
Beautiful. How far did you run after you caught it?
About 10, 15 yards.
You get hit hard?
No, not even.
Okay. Ross, talk to me about your punt return. I thought you were going to go all the way. It was a phenomenal run. What was going through your mind? What were you seeing on the field as you were taking off down the field?
Well, I was running, and I could see where they were blocking and where the blockers were and how they're gonna, which side they're gonna block to. So I would just go to the other opposite side, and at the end, I should have cut in when I cut out, because I mean sometimes it's hard to just see what you're gonna do when it's going so fast, and I almost made it.
Oh, that's okay though. You had like 45 yards, I think, at least. That was a great, great run. Okay. Other sports for both of you. What are you gonna play after football?
I think I'll stick with football.
Okay, that's fine. One sport is good. Concentrate on that. What about you, Ross?
I play football, and then I play baseball in the summer.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite athletes for each of you guys when you watch the guys on TV?
Gil Bird.
You like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric Allen.
Okay. So Gil now, since he's not playing, he's coaching now. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got like 42 receptions or interceptions in his career, so he did great. Okay, you guys doing okay in school?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite class and the ones you dislike?
The one I like is math.
Okay. Is the one that gives you trouble?
No, it's pretty easy.
You do okay? What about you, Ron?
Yeah, math's my best subject.
Okay. Okay, thanks for joining us, guys. Good game.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we'll get both of your names and tell us what position you played first of all.
My name's Brian, and I play free safety.
Okay.
I'm Ryan, and I play wide receiver.
Great, okay. Let's ask you this first of all. You guys have 6 wins on the season. That's a really productive season. What game sticks out in your mind when you went home and said, hey, Mom, Dad, this was my best game? Which game sticks out in your mind?
My best game was this game.
Okay. Any reason why? What did you do in the game that you really feel real great about?
I made a diving tackle, which if I wouldn't have made, he would have broke.
Yeah, there you go. Feels good to make a touchdown saving tackle like that. What about you?
Probably this game because the whole team was doing real good and we beat them real bad, 26-0.
Heck yeah, a real team effort there. Okay, what's next on the sports agenda for both of you guys? After football season, what other sports you think you might want to play?
I might go to karate or I might play baseball.
Okay, all right. What about you?
I usually play baseball.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about karate. When you watch the guys on TV like Von Damme or Steven Seagal, I mean, who do you like better? You like the guys who use their feet? You like the hand movements better? What's your favorite part of martial arts?
Feet and hands mostly.
Okay. So you probably like all those guys in the martial arts movies. You have like a favorite movie when you watch those guys on TV or on the big screen?
Mostly with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes. He's fun to watch with those explosive kicks. Baseball, what's your position?
Baseball, I usually play pitcher or first base.
Okay.
My favorite person is Ricky Henderson because he's so fast.
Yeah, and he finally got himself a World Series ring. You know, he deserves it after all those years. Okay, what about batting? I mean, you're the kind of guy that tries to hit for power, just basically just to get on base, an average hitter?
Just try to get on base. Just try to get a single. Steal the bases. That's it.
That's it. That's enough. You guys are all well-rounded athletes. When you're not playing sports, each of you tell me the favorite thing you do as a hobby.
I like playing football the most. That's my #1 sport.
Okay.
And
one of your teammates plays a saxophone. Another guy likes collecting sports cards. I mean, what are some of the things you do? Name one favorite thing.
collecting football cards.
Okay. What about you?
I like drawing.
Talk to me about maybe the most creative thing you've ever drawn. Like, it's something like nature or a person. Talk to me about your best drawing ever.
It's probably, forgot.
Are you the type of guy that can look at something and draw it, or how does it work with you when it comes to art?
I'm not real good at drawing it from my mind. I gotta look at it and draw it.
Okay.
I usually like drawing, I'm not really good at people. I like drawing animals and stuff.
That's all right. It's good to have a creative side like that. Okay, guys. Good game. Good season so far. Okay, as we keep it going here with the interviews, we're going to try to speed things up because we still got half the team to talk to. Give me your names and positions you guys played.
Darren, I'm number 32, and I played tailback.
Okay.
My name's Keith, number 38. I played linebacker and defensive line.
Okay. We talked in the video how, Darren, twice you got hit like at the 3-yard line. The first time you trudged forward and get to like about the half-yard line. Then the second time you scored a touchdown. You got hit at the 3 and you just kept on surging forward. It was a great, great run. I mean, when you got hit both those times, did you think you were going to get stopped right there? Did you think you might be able to take it further?
I think I was going to take it further because usually I break tackles, but this is the game when I had luck on because every time I ran, I got at least 10 yards.
I know. You had a great game. We're going to talk to you more about that in a minute. But talk to me about your favorite part of today's game.
Probably when I thought I tackled the guy that stripped the ball out of the hands of the guy, except they blew the whistle already, so it's too bad.
That's right. Let me ask you this. Do your coaches teach you to not only make a tackle but try to make a strip as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what the coaches usually want.
Yeah, that's neat. As young as you guys are, to already be teaching that. Here's what I noticed about you. You'll get the ball on a sweep, and instead of sweeping out right, it seems like you'll try to take the defense to the outside, and all of a sudden, boom, you'll bust back. Is that kind of like a philosophy for you to try to get them outside and cut inside? I mean, it looked like you got good vision out there. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I did, because sometimes when I go out, I think I'm going to run out of bounds, so I just cut in, then cut back out, and then go straight ahead for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the defense can't handle that because they got to react back quick, so you did a good job. Sports for you guys, other sports, and then we'll talk to the other guys. What sports you play?
I play baseball, and I'm a pitcher and a left fielder.
Great, okay. What about you?
Baseball, I'm a pitcher. I'll play anywhere.
All right. Two more well-rounded athletes. Thanks for joining us. Good game, guys. All right. Okay, both of you introduce yourselves. Tell us where you played first.
My name is Sean. I play right guard, and I'm number 69.
Okay.
My name is Chachi, and I play left tackle, and my number is 70.
Beautiful. Okay. Give me a highlight of the season for each of you. Is there a favorite part of the whole season? Doesn't have to be this game. Maybe think back on the whole year. What was maybe the most favorite part of the whole year for both of you?
When our right receivers caught the ball diving.
Heck yeah. What a great catch today by Brad Saxon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. We got it right in the camera. That was nice. What about yourself?
Mine went, I opened the hole, and Persons, he ran through and he scored.
Good. Okay. All right, let me ask you this. We've been talking a lot about sports and other sports that you guys play, but we can't not mention school. How are you guys both doing in school?
Good.
Yeah. Everyone has a favorite class and a class that they dislike. Like, for me, it was spelling I loved, but social studies I hated. What about you guys?
I hate social studies and science.
You know, I can relate to you. Okay. What do you like? What's probably your best one?
Math.
Okay, good. Keep doing well in math. What about you?
I hate the same thing, but my favorite one is art.
Okay, all right. Yeah, one of your teammates likes art as well. What's your favorite drawing?
My favorite drawing is anything.
Well, let me ask you this. When it comes to art, it doesn't necessarily have to be drawing. Is there another part of art that you like or type of art?
Just like painting and stuff.
Okay. Good. Best or most creative painting you've ever done?
It's one I drew, like Bart Simpson.
Nice. Okay. All right, guys. Take it easy. Good game. All right. Okay, we'll have both of you introduce yourselves and tell us where you played.
My name is Greg First, and I played tight end.
Okay.
My name is Gregory Preston. I play running back.
Yeah, okay. I noticed, did they also have you, I know you caught the ball, come out as a receiver, but I thought you ran the ball once too. Am I right in thinking that they used you as a running back, or was it a reverse or something? I thought I saw you carry the ball there in one of the quarters. What was that play?
It was a reverse.
There you go. I thought you got the ball. Yeah. You feel good about that as soon as you got it? You feel you're going to go a long way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you? Favorite part of today's game?
Today,
Is there any... Go ahead.
when Darren scored a touchdown.
There you go. See, you're an unselfish player. Don't want to talk about yourself. But think back on the whole year. What was probably your favorite game of the whole year? Is there one game or a play that sticks out in your mind that was your best?
Last week when I scored a 43-yard touchdown.
You did? Talk to me about that. What was the play? How'd you do it?
It was a 34, and I went through the 4-hole.
Awesome. Now, did you get hit hard by someone or have to break a tackle, or you pretty much went untouched? What happened?
I went untouched.
Wow. Good job. That's great. Okay. Talk to me about your favorite catch on the whole year.
The first game, it was the first touchdown of the year. It was a 32-yard touchdown reception. Yeah.
What was the pattern?
Up and out.
Really?
Yeah.
And was the ball thrown pretty much right there? You have to jump up for it?
No, I didn't have to break my stride. It was right there.
How does it feel playing with a talented quarterback like John that can get the ball to you?
Great. He's a real good thrower.
He
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys both going to do for other sports after football? You play any more, you think, or is football pretty much it for you?
Just football and do my homework.
Good. Okay. What about you?
I'm gonna play baseball. Yeah.
When it comes to baseball, you have like a position that's probably your favorite?
First base. Yeah.
Okay. You like Mark McGuire and players like that in the big leagues? Who are your favorites?
Frank Thomas and
go.
Bo Jackson.
Two great ones. Yeah. Who are your favorite players in the pros?
Emmitt Smith, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Ronnie Hampton.
There you go.
And Lawrence Taylor.
That's enough, right? Okay. All right. Keep playing well, guys, and do well in school. Okay? All right. You're welcome. All right. As we keep it rolling, we'll get your names and what positions you played first.
My name is Michael Christensen, and I play defensive tackle.
Okay. What about you?
I'm David Martin, and I play center.
Okay. Now, you were getting great penetration pretty much the whole game. Is there one play that sticks out in your mind that was probably your favorite?
When I made my first tackle.
Okay. Talk to me about that. Do you remember what the play was or how you tackled the guy?
I jumped for him. and tackled him
There you
that
go.
way.
And held on. What about you? Your favorite play?
My favorite play was when John didn't get to pass the ball, our quarterback, and he just ran like 60 yards.
Exactly. It was a great play. Okay. Now, I know you're a little hesitant to talk about yourself, but think back on the whole year because you guys have won 6 games. You've had some great games. What was probably your best play of the whole year, personally?
When I blocked like 3 people at once.
There you go.
Actually, it was pass blocking, and they all came into my zone.
Yeah, it makes you feel good when you guys can, get the job done on the offensive line. Were you guys both a little bit nervous, like the first play of the game, or did you feel pretty confident coming right in and you guys can handle these guys?
I felt pretty confident.
Okay, 'cause sometimes you have a tendency to have jitters before when you first start, and then you feel relaxed after the first hit. What about you?
Well, I felt confident because their record's 1-6-5 now, but they just didn't have a good record, so I thought I was confident to play.
Okay, all right, good game, both of you guys. Take it easy. All right, we'll have both of you introduce yourselves and tell us where you played.
Okay. My name is John Nielsen, and I play quarterback.
Okay.
My name is Rob Bersonet, and I play inside linebacker.
Okay, you guys both standouts. We called your names out a lot on the video. Think back, John, on the whole game, because I'm sure you've had a lot of good games. You guys have won 6 games. What play was your best today?
Probably when I ran 60 yards.
Exactly. Talk to me about that play now. That was initially a pass play, and then you decided to run it. So talk to me about what the call was and what was going through your mind and why you took off.
Because on the outside, guys were coming in after me, so I just had to run it. Nowhere else to go.
Okay. All right. Out of all those plays you have on your arm, which one's your favorite?
Probably my running plays.
There you go. Okay, but you can pass the ball well, too. Your favorite play, we called your name out a lot. You were in on a lot of stops. Great playing defensively.
My favorite play was around popping number 55.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys were sticking him, guys, their whole team. You guys played a great game defensively, only gave up, no touchdowns. Have to feel great about that. Okay, talk to me about other sports you're both going to play when football's over.
Maybe basketball. I'm going to play basketball.
You given any thought as to what position you might play? You seem to have pretty decent height. Would you probably play forward, or you think you might prefer to play guard, or what?
Guard.
Yeah, like a shooting guard or point guard, what would you prefer?
Shooting.
There you go. Put some points on the board for your team. There you go. What about you? Other sports for you?
Well, I'm not really into other sports but football. Yeah.
I got to ask you this before you go. When you threw the ball out to Brad Sachs on that extra point, did you think that you overthrew him and then he came up with that catch? What was going through your mind?
I thought it was just going to bounce off because he had 3 guys around him.
Right.
So.
He made a sensational
Yeah.
catch. And when he did, what was going through your mind? Made you feel good?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay. All right. What do you guys do? Favorite thing you do when you're not playing sports? Like a hobby. Maybe playing, an instrument or listening to music. What do you guys like to do?
Play with my friends.
Yeah. What's probably the most fun things you do? You guys do like sports-oriented things or?
Sports.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured that, John. What about you?
Well, I play the piano, the saxophone, and I mostly play outside with my friends.
Okay, all right. 2 more well-rounded guys. Thanks for joining us. All right, good game. Okay, we'll have each of you introduce yourselves and first tell us where you played, what position, then we'll ask you a couple questions.
My name's Brian Chris.
Okay. Where'd you play? What position?
Defensive back.
Okay.
My name's Julian Medridge, and I play defensive line.
Okay.
My name's Nick Yates, and I play linebacker.
There you go. And what else?
Outside and inside linebacker, and kicker.
And kicker. That's what I was waiting for. You kicking the ball off, and you were busy today because your team scored so much. Think back, each of you on the whole year, and tell me your favorite game of the whole season. It might be today's game, and maybe there might be a reason why it's another game. What was your favorite game?
Probably today's.
Okay. Why does today's game make you feel good?
Well, because we got this is our highest score. I mean, it's like just feels good because this is a day that we got it on.
Exactly. And you scored, I think you were about to say you scored 26 points, which is probably the most points you ever scored? Is that right or no?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
No, Brian.
There's more?
My favorite game is when we played Grossmont.
Okay, why is that
Because
special?
that was the first time I was on defense.
Oh, okay. Make a good play you like to talk to us about?
Lots of tackles.
There you go. Good for you. What about you?
I probably think the game against Kearney because it's like a big rivalry and it's just, I like that game because it's like a close game. And
yeah. Okay. Good. All right, and one last question, then I'll let you go, then we'll speak to the rest of your teammates. Favorite hobby for each of you guys when you're not playing sports? What are some of the fun things you enjoy doing when you're not doing anything active?
Ride my bike, I don't know.
Okay. When you ride your bike, you like to ride like for speed or just like ride with your friends and do creative things on your bike? What do you like to do?
Do stunts, do crazy stuff.
What's the most creative thing you ever done on your bike? You ever get hurt at all doing something crazy?
Yeah, I got stitches one time, and I sprained my ankle, I sprained my wrist all the time. Always, I
What are
got
you, like Evel Knievel Jr.?
I don't know.
What about you?
Playing Super Nintendo.
Okay. What's your favorite game on Nintendo? Maybe a sports type of game? Or it could be something different. What do you like?
Mortal Kombat.
There you go. Talk to me about the game. What's the gist of that game? What do you got to do?
Kill people.
Yeah? No wonder you like the defense. Okay, what about you?
I think probably going up to my school and like playing basketball and with my friends and stuff.
All right, thanks for coming on, guys. Good job. You ready? Okay, all three of you introduce yourselves and tell us where you play today.
My name is Charlie Selman, and I played middle linebacker.
Okay.
My name is Josh Bowen, and I played middle linebacker.
All right.
My name's Brad Sexton, and I played wide receiver.
Okay. All of you, let's do this. Think back on the whole year and tell us your best game and why that was so special for you.
My best game, I think, was against Santee because I made my first touchdown of the whole year.
Great. Talk to me about the touchdown. How did it come, on a pass or run? What?
I just ran right up the middle and scored.
Beautiful. Okay, was it like a short run? Did you have to go far for the touchdown? Did you get hit a lot? What happened?
It was like I had to run 7 yards and I got hit a whole bunch of times.
There you go. And your strength got you in there. What was the play? Do you remember what the play was called?
It was like blue 22.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that designed to go pretty much right up the middle or on the outside? What?
Yeah, right next to the center in the guard.
Beautiful. Okay, good job. What about your favorite play on the year? Anything sticks out in your mind? Maybe it was a highlight for you. Okay, what did you do today? You feel good about?
I got a lot of sacks.
Heck yeah. Okay. Feels good to help your team like that. And you guys held them scoreless. That's great. Okay, what about you? I think I know your favorite play. We got it right in the camera. Your catch. Talk to me about that. What was the play? And did you think you were going to catch it? The one where you dove out and held it on your fingertips. What was the play designed?
It was designed to go up, and then you go out, and you just threw it real far in front of me, so I ran as hard as I could and tried to dive to catch it.
Yeah. And you did.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal catch, and we all enjoyed that. And I hope we caught it right in the camera. You can rewind the tape and find out, but I think it was an excellent catch. Okay, hobbies for each of you guys. We're not playing sports. What do you do for fun?
Without sports?
Yeah, aside from sports.
I have to do all my homework,
Okay.
and I just play with my friends.
Okay. All right, what about you?
Do my homework and play with my friends.
Okay. You do anything like maybe collect any sports cards or anything like that, or play Nintendo, or get involved with music or art or anything like that?
I collect football cards.
What's the best card you have?
Junior Stay Out.
Yeah. Is there a card that you don't have you'd like to get that you might be able to get in the future? You haven't thought of it yet?
No.
Okay. What about you? What do you like to do, Brad? We're not playing sports. You want to just relax at home for quiet time? What do you like to do?
I like to draw.
Okay.
Play with my friends.
All right. That's it.
That's about it.
Okay. I had a couple guys that came on and said they like to draw, and they talked about well, I think one kid drew and one kid did some painting. What do you like to do? What do you like to draw? What are your favorite things to draw?
I like to sketch drawings, like cartoons or stuff like that.
What particular character is probably your favorite out of all the ones that you've sketched?
I drew a comic of Wolverine. It's probably the most favorite of mine.
Okay, good. You guys all have a creative side and athletic side. Keep doing well in school, and thanks for joining us, all right? Good game.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, we'll get both of your names and tell us where you played today. What positions?
A position?
Or position, yeah.
Right tackle.
Okay, you going to tell us who you are?
My name is Steven Stewart.
Okay, Steven, what about you?
Edmund Noble, and my positions are either left or right tackle.
Okay. Both of you, we've been asking most of your teammates, because you guys have 6 wins on the season. It's a great year you guys are having. There's always one game where you go home and say, hey, Mom, Dad, this was my best game, and I made a play, or I did this real good. What game was that for each of you that sticks out in your mind as being your favorite?
I think this one.
Okay. Why, Steve? Why is that special for you?
Well,
would it be because you scored so many points and they didn't score any? Is that part of the reason?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
Maybe my El Cajon game.
Okay, you said that right away. Why does that stick out in your mind?
Well, it was a close game, but we won it.
Okay, all right.
And
That was it.
Okay, so you just like the idea that went right down to the wire, and you guys came up with a good win. Okay, think when you guys aren't playing sports, everyone, all of your players, all your teammates have a lot of different interests that they get involved in. What are some of the fun things for you guys that you like doing when you're not playing sports? If you wanted to just have quiet time at home, maybe do some fun things at home, what you guys like to do?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, you must do something. Read a book or listen to music, play an instrument, do art, collect cards. It's got to be something.
Listen to music.
Okay. What kind of music you like to listen to? Rap music, country western, what?
Rock.
Okay. What's your favorite song or maybe your favorite group?
Scorpions.
Okay. What is it you like about them? Just the way they kind of... The way they sound? What's your favorite instruments out of the ones you listen to in that band?
The guitar.
There you go. Okay. What about you for fun when you're not playing sports?
I ride my bike, or I go to a karate.
Okay.
To just when I'm not doing anything, and that's it.
Great. Okay. All right, when it comes to your bike, I know one of your teammates was saying that he tries to do all these creative tricks, and he's got stitches and broken bones and things like that. What do you do on your bike that's probably the most fun?
I just go through dirt, just ride over the dirt and ramps. That's it.
Good. Okay, thanks for joining us, guys. Good game. All right, take it easy. Okay, now it's time to meet the main players, the ones that rooted the Chargers on to victory. I have both of you, we'll have you introduce yourselves and tell us maybe your favorite routine out of all the different ones that you do, maybe your favorite songs to do a routine to.
My name is Jennifer, and what we did for competition is the song was Jitterbug, and we won 4th place.
Beautiful. Good job. Okay, and what about yourself? What's your name and what's your favorite routine out of all of them?
My name is Tavia, and well, we only did one routine, and it was Jitterbug, and we did come in 4th place, but we almost got in 3rd, but we missed it by 1 point.
Okay, that's all right. You still did great. What is it about the Jitterbug that you like the best? Is there one particular move that's always your favorite? Like sometimes there might be like a certain movement that you really can't wait for that part of the song because you like it so much. What's yours first?
When we at the last part, when we turn around and they say Jitterbug.
There you go. Okay, so you like that movement. What about you?
Yeah. I like the part at the end when it comes to one group and you jump, and then we turn around and then we say Jitterbug. That's what I like.
Okay. You guys enjoy all of your teammates? A lot of fun being together doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. What's probably the most exciting thing that's happened as a group so far this whole year on the cheerleading squad? What's the most fun thing that you've done maybe as a group outside of cheerleading?
Well, the thing that I think is that we don't fight like other cheerleaders do and stuff like that.
Good, you all get along. That's important. And what about yourself? What's probably one of the fun things that you've found that you've enjoyed doing with your teammates, maybe aside from cheering?
I like cheering on the field with my team and doing the competition against other people.
Good. So that stands out in your mind is just competing. That's great. Okay, thanks for joining us. All right. Okay, first of all, we'll have both of you, just like your teammates did, introduce yourselves and then tell me your favorite routine or maybe your favorite song or that you've done on the year that you really enjoy doing.
Okay, my name's Diana. The only song we've done so far is for our competition.
Okay, yeah, that's what I heard.
And we're going to be doing another song for halftime since we made it to the playoffs.
Okay, I'll talk to you about that in a minute, but let me get your name and talk to me about the favorite part of the Jitterbug routine for you.
Hi, my name is Colleen, and my favorite part of the Jitterbug was when we had to go down and flip up.
Okay. Do you find that kind of easy for you to do? I mean, do you like to be athletic and do flips and things like that?
Yes.
Is that fun for you? Great. Okay. Now, what is the new routine that you're working on, the new song?
Well, the new song is we have to bring in any tapes that we'd like,
okay.
But they have to be like, they can't say anything bad in them.
Right, okay. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, but we're going to work on some steps so we can do at halftime since we made it to the playoffs.
Good, okay. And since I guess it sounds like everyone's bringing in a tape, have you brought in something you thought you might like to work with?
No, not because we just heard about it today.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you guys ever get a chance, do both of you go to school together as well or no?
No, I go to a different school than she does.
What school do you go to?
Mason Elementary.
All right, and yourself?
I go to Hage.
To where?
Hage.
Hage, okay. What grade are both of you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
And yourself?
4th.
Oh, okay. When it comes to school, what are your favorite classes and which ones are probably the toughest for you?
My favorite class is math, and the toughest one, It's probably social studies for me.
Okay. All righty. And what about your favorites and dislikes?
Art and toughest is spelling.
Yeah. Okay. What makes art so much more fun for you? What is it about art you like? Like paper mache or writing or drawing, or what do you like to do?
I like to create stuff out of my mind.
There you go. Good. It's good to have a creative side. And you guys both are creative because you're cheerleaders, right? Okay, thanks for joining us. All righty. Okay, we talked to Michael Lichty at the half, and you were ahead 6-zip, and then I said you might want to take it up a notch, and you certainly did. You ended the game 26-zip, so you have to feel great about that. But what I'm impressed about is how talented the kids are at such a young age. They seem to be so fundamentally sound. So how many days a week do they get together to be so good so young?
Well, during the month of August, we work out 5 days a week for 2 hours a day. And then once the season starts, we work 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and we have them for 2 hours. We don't have a lot of time, but we try to make the most of the opportunities that we have with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of the players on the defensive line, Mr. Pinkney, that was doing so great the whole game, and he was talking to me about how he was doing some swim moves and things like that you normally see for kids at later years. So I guess they're working at a young age on some of the techniques that they use in college and maybe even the pros.
Yeah, they do, and you see guys like Lamont and a few of the other kids, they've been playing this since they were 5 years old.
Exactly.
We had a thing called the Cub League that happened to us about 4 or 5 years ago, and a lot of kids started then. So even though they're junior peewees and they're 9 and 10-year-olds, they've been doing this for 5 years already.
Let me ask you this, do you coach any other sports aside from football?
No, I don't.
This is pretty much it for you?
Football's it. Because of my job, this is it. Okay?
Okay.
It's the only free time I can get, so
All right.
I stick to football.
How does it feel having 6 wins on the year? Did you feel that you were going to have this productive of a season?
Yeah, I thought that we'd do pretty well. Mainly because, when I saw the schedule and I knew the kids that we were going to have come in, and especially with the addition of the staff members that I have, I thought we'd be pretty successful. Okay, and it's a major improvement over last year's team.
Okay, all right. Well, we enjoyed it, and thanks for bringing it to us, and thanks for being patient, okay? You take care. All right. I'm Mike Benson for George Langevin Productions. You heard it from not only the players, the cheerleaders as well, and the coach. And I hope you enjoyed the game. As always, we enjoy bringing it to you. Until next time, take care.
Show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for it to get on the mic and make this motherfucking party hot. I'm taking it back to the old